Hello students, today we will discuss about the isolation method of some resinous phytoconstituent, and today class we will include two component of this resinous category, that is podophyllatoxins and curcumin, and we will discuss about the sources, isolation method, identification test, industrial production, estimations and utilizations of these two phytoconstituents. Okay, so we will start. So first component is the phyllotoxin, which is a cytotoxic resinous ingredient obtained from the root and rhizomes of Podophyllum genus. Okay, podophyllatoxin is the cytotoxic resinous ingredient which is obtained from the root and rhizomes of Podophyllum genus. For examples, Podophyllum hexandrum, and Podophyllum hexandrum is also known as the Podophyllum immodi, which is the Indian species, and other species is Podophyllum peltatum, which is American species. Okay, American species is known as Podophyllum peltatum, whereas Indian species is known as Podophyllum immodi, or we can say Podophyllum hexandrum. And these species of Podophyllum belong to family Berberidaceae. Okay, it belongs to family Berberidaceae. So what we can say that podophyllatoxin is the cytotoxic resinous component which is obtained from the root and rhizomes of Podophyllum hexandrum or Podophyllum immodi, or we can say that the Podophyllum peltatum belonging to family Berberidaceae. And podophyllatoxin and its derivative commonly used as a purgative, cathartic, antiviral and anti-tumor agents. There are two derivatives of podophyllatoxins which is known as the etoposide and taniposide, which are commonly used as an anti-tumor agent, and this etoposide is useful in the treatment of lung cancer, lymphoma and ovarian cancer, whereas taniposide is useful in the treatment of Hodgkin disease and brain tumor, and Hodgkin disease is the form of the blood cancer. Okay, so you have to remember here that it is the cytotoxic resinous component obtained from the Podophyllum hexandrum or Podophyllum peltatum. Podophyllum hexandrum is the Indian species, whereas Podophyllum peltatum is the American species, and this genus of Podophyllum belongs to family Berberidaceae, and its derivative is known as etoposides and taniposides, which are useful for the treatment of the tumor in the various forms of tumor. And if you see the properties of this podophyllatoxin, its molecular formula is C22H22O8. Molecular mass is 414.410 grams per mole. Melting point is 183.3 to 184 degrees Celsius. And if you see the solubility pattern of this phytoconstituent, it is insoluble in the ethyl ether, slightly soluble in water, soluble in acetone, benzene, and it's very soluble in the ethanol and chloroform. Okay, and naturally it is present in the plants in the form of the resinous lignin that is known as the podophyllene. Okay, this podophyllatoxin is naturally present in the form of the resinous lignin which is known as the podophyllene. Okay, now if you see the extractions and isolation methods, so if you talk about the commercial productions of the podophyllatoxin, basically Indian species is commonly preferred because of the higher content of the podophyllatoxin in compared to the American species. Okay, now what will be the procedure? That we have to collect the selected plant material, we will dry that plant material, and we will convert this plant material into the coarse powder form, followed by the extractions with the methanol. Okay, but we have to do that, we have take the sample and we will convert that sample into the coarse powder. After that we will extract with the methanol, and after completions of the extractions we will evaporate this methanol with the help of distillations under reduced pressure and we will get the semi-solid mass. This semi-solid mass should be dissolved in the acidic water, due to which there will be formations of precipitations of the podophylloctoxin. This podophylloctoxins precipitate should wash with the cold water to remove the acidic fractions, and whatever the residue we are getting, they should be dry to get the dark brown amorphous powder. Now further purifications can be done by dissolving in hot alcohol followed by the filtrations and evaporations of the solvent, and it can be recrystallized using the benzene to yield the purified podophylloctoxin. ओके, तो इस मेथड्स में करते क्या है कि हम यहाँ पे जो रूट और राइजोम्स है इसको हम कलेक्ट करेंगे। प्लांट मटेरियल को कलेक्ट करने के बाद हम इसको ड्राई करेंगे। ड्राई करने के बाद हम इसको कोर्स पाउडर फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट कर दिया, और पाउडर फॉर्म को हम मिथेनॉल सॉल्वेंट के साथ एक्सट्रैक्ट करते हैं। सो आफ्टर कंप्लीशन ऑफ द एक्सट्रैक्शन, जब आपका एक्सट्रैक्शन प्रोसीजर कंप्लीट हो जाएगा तो आप इसको क्या करेंगे, फिल्टर करेंगे एक्सट्रैक्ट को। तो जो आपको फिल्ट्रेट मिला है उसमें जो सॉल्वेंट मिथेनॉल है, इस मिथेनॉल को विद द हेल्प ऑफ डिस्टिलेशंस हम इवेपोरेट कर देंगे अंडर रिड्यूस्ड प्रेशर। तो लास्ट में हमें एक सेमी सॉलिड मास हमें मिलेगा। अब ये सेमी सॉलिड मास है, इसको हम एसिडिक वाटर के साथ डिजॉल्व करते हैं, जिसकी वजह से क्या होगा, देयर विल बी फॉर्मेशंस ऑफ प्रेसिपिटेशंस ऑफ पोडोफाइलोटॉक्सिन। जब आप इसको एसिडिक वाटर के साथ डिजॉल्व करेंगे तो पोडोफाइलोटॉक्सिन्स की प्रेसिपिटेट्स बनेंगी। ये प्रेसिपिटेट्स आपको ठंडे पानी के साथ वॉश करनी चाहिए, जिससे क्या होगा कि आपका एसिडिक फ्रैक्शंस है वो आपका सेपरेट हो जाएगा और वी कैन से इट कैन रिमूव। देन दिस रेसिड्यू शुड ड्राई टू गेट द डार्क ब्राउन अमॉर्फस पाउडर। उसके बाद क्या करेंगे कि जो आपके जो रेसिड्यू है इसको आपने ड्राई करना है, तो आपको क्या है कि ब्राउन कलर का आपको अमॉर्फस पाउडर मिलेगा, और इसका हम फर्दर प्यूरिफिकेशंस कर सकते हैं विद द हेल्प ऑफ द हॉट एल्कोहल। ठीक है, आप इसको क्या करेंगे, डिजॉल्व करेंगे हॉट एल्कोहल में, उसके बाद आप फिल्ट्रेशन करेंगे, फिर आप सॉल्वेंट का इवेपोरेशंस करते हैं, तो लास्ट में आपको जो है इसका ये मिलेगा क्रिस्टल्स जो आपको हैं पोडोफाइलोटॉक्सिन्स के ऑब्टेन्ड होने लगेंगे। ओके, और इसको फर्दर जो है आप रिक्रिस्टलाइज कर सकते हैं विद द बेंजीन हम यूज करेंगे टू ईट द प्यूरिफाइड पोडोफाइलोटॉक्सिन। Now, if you see the identification test of podophylloctoxins which we isolated, so what we will do that we will take the 0.5 gram of the drug and we will macerate this drug with the 10 ml of alcohol followed by the filtrations, and to which we will add 0.5 ml of copper acetate, due to which brown precipitates will obtain. Okay, हमने क्या किया, 0.5 ग्राम ड्रग लिया और उसको हम मैसिरेट करेंगे 10 ml अल्कोहल के साथ और उसको फिल्टर कर देंगे। फिल्टर करने के बाद वी विल ऐड 0.5 ml ऑफ कॉपर एसिटेट, ड्यू टू विच ब्राउन कलर प्रेसिपिटेट्स विल ऑब्टेन। एंड इन अनदर टेस्ट इफ यू सी दैट वी विल टेक द अल्कोहलिक एक्सट्रैक्ट्स ऑफ द ड्रग्स, टू विच वी विल ऐड 5 ml ऑफ 1 normal potassium hydroxide, so there will be formations of the stiff jelly. And we can analyze or we can identify with the help of chromatography also. So what we have to do for the TLC, that is thin layer chromatography, first of all we have to prepare the sample. To prepare the sample we will take 1 gram of sample and we will dissolve in 50 ml of methanol. Similarly, for the preparations of standard solution, we can take 1 mg of podophylloctoxin in 2 ml of methanol, and with the help of silica gel as a stationary phase, we will make a slurry of silica gel G and we will spread on the TLC plate, followed by the drying at 105 degrees Celsius in an oven. And mobile phase which are commonly used for the identification is toluene ethyl acetate, and the ratio should be 5:7. And we can detect the spots or presence of podophylloctoxin with the help of sulfuric acid reagent. For this we will spray for 10 minutes at 120 degrees Celsius. And the RF value of the standard podophylloctoxin is 0.39. So by comparing with this RF value of the standard drugs, we can identify the podophytotoxins which we have been isolated. And if you see another method, that is the estimation. So HPLC method is commonly used, and for the HPLC, a mobile phase will be methanol and water, and the ratio should be 62:38 volume by volume. And we can detect this podophytotoxin at the wavelength 280 nanometers, and in the column the flow rate of the solvent should be 1 ml per minute. So what we have to do, that for the preparations of the standard sample, we will take 20 mg of 20 mg per ml of podophytotoxin standard drug, and we will prepare with the methanol. It means 0.20 mg of podophytotoxin standard we will dissolve in the 1 ml of the methanol. So we will prepare in such a way that the concentrations will be 0.2 mg per ml of the standard podophytotoxins in the methanol, and we will make a various concentrations of the standard drugs ranging from 20 to 2 micrograms, and similarly predetermined concentrations of test samples can be prepared in the methanol. Okay, separately we prepare the standard solutions. After that we will prepare the predetermined concentrations of the test samples in the methanol. After that we will inject with the gradient increasing concentrations of the standard solutions as well as predetermined concentrations of the test solutions to the column, and it should be in the slowly in the gradient increasing concentrations. It means you have to, first of all you have to inject low concentrations, after that you will increase, and after little bit time you will increase the concentrations, and after completions of this running of column we can calculate concentrations by the calibrations curve of area under curve. So this will be AUC, area under curve calculations. It is the mistake, that is it will be AUC, area under curve, and versus the concentration standard podophytotoxin. So we will make a calibrations between the area under curve and concentrations of the standard podophytotoxins by which we can calculate, and the percentage of podophytotoxins we can calculate in the sample by using the regression equations. With the help of regression equations we can calculate the percentage of content of podophytotoxins which have been isolated. So it is all about the estimations method. Now if you see the utilization, so it is commonly used as an anti-tumor agent, purgative, in the treatment of emetic and treatment of warts and HIV infections. So in the treatment of warts and HIV infections, podophytotoxin creams are commonly used. So it is about the uses of the podophytotoxin. And the next phytoconstituent of today class is the curcumin, and it is also known as the curcuminoids. Okay, it is also known as the curcuminoids, which is a diaryl heptanoid compound. Diaryl heptanoid compound. Diaryl heptanoid compound means it is the compounds which consist two aromatic rings in their structures, and these two aromatic rings are attached by the chain of 7 carbon atom. Okay, if you see the structures of curcumin, then you can find out that chemically it is the diaryl heptanoid compound. So, and it's obtained from the dried rhizomes of turmeric, that is Curcuma longa. The botanical name of turmeric is the Curcuma longa, and it's belong to family Gingiberaceae. Okay, and basically this curcumin is also act as the coloring agent, and it is the major coloring principle of this turmeric. And the color of haldi, or we can say turmeric, is yellow because of this curcumin component. Okay, so you have to remember that it is the diaryl heptanoid compound and it's obtained from the rhizomes of Curcuma longa belonging to family Gingiberaceae, and the color of turmeric is because of the presence of the curcumin. And if you see the properties of curcumin, so molecular formula is C21H20O6. Okay, its molecular formula is C21H20O6, and it's occur as an orange yellow crystalline powder. It is insoluble in water and ether but soluble in the alcohol. Odor is aromatic, taste is warmly aromatic and bitter, and chemically it is the diaryl heptanoid compound. Okay, so previously I said that it is the chemically diaryl heptanoid compound. So if you see the structure of curcumin, there is two aromatic rings are present. So these two benzene rings, which is also known as the aromatic ring, and these rings are attached by a chain. If you see the number of carbon atoms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So these two aromatic rings are attached with the help of a chain of 7 carbon atom. So and now it is the mixture, and it is also mixture of curcumin, mono-methoxycurcumin and bis-methoxycurcumin. Okay, mono-methoxycurcumin and bis-methoxycurcumin. So you can see that there is the methoxy group is present, and this curcumins occur in the form of keto form and enol form is there. So if you go in detail about the chemistry of curcumin, then you can see that. But in pharmacognosy class we are just touching the this concept. This is the mono-methoxycurcumin and bis-methoxycurcumin. And firstly it was isolated in the 1815. Okay, in 1815 curcumin was isolated first time. So it is all about the properties and chemistry. Then if you see the extractions and isolations method of the compound, you will take the rhizomes of the turmeric and convert into the coarse powder form. Then you will extract with the alcohol in a Soxhlet apparatus. Then this alcoholic extracts after filtration should be the alcohol solvent should be evaporated under reduced pressure and it should be dried. And another method for the extractions in which we will extract the powder drug with the hexane followed by the acetone. So here we are using two solvent. First one is the hexane, after that we are using the acetone, and the acetone extract is concentrated and dried to yield the curcumin. Then it is recrystallized from hot ethanol to yield the orange red needle shaped crystals. Okay, so you will get the needle shaped crystals of curcumin which will be yellow orange in color. ठीक है, तो एक्सट्रैक्शंस मेथड और आइसोलेशन मेथड के लिए दो मेथड यूज किए जा सकते हैं. पहले मेथड में आप अल्कोहल के साथ एक्सट्रैक्ट करते हैं, और अल्कोहल के साथ एक्सट्रैक्ट करने के बाद जो आपका सॉल्वेंट है इसको अंडर रिड्यूस्ड प्रेशर आप इवेपोरेट कर देंगे, और जो रेसिड्यू बचती है उसको आप ड्राई करेंगे. दूसरा मेथड है जिसमें आप बेंजीन के साथ पहले एक्सट्रैक्ट करते हैं और उसके बाद एसीटोन के साथ एक्सट्रैक्ट करेंगे. उसके बाद आप फिर इनको सॉल्वेंट को इवेपोरेट कर देते हैं और इसको रेसिड्यू को ड्राई करेंगे. ड्राई करने के बाद आप इसको रिक्रिस्टलाइज कर सकते हैं हॉट इथेनॉल के साथ, जिससे आपको ऑरेंज येलो रेड कलर के निडल शेप क्रिस्टल्स आपको ऑब्टेन्ड होते हैं. ठीक है, ये रिक्रिस्टलाइजेशन प्रोसीजर आपका दोनों मेथड्स के लिए हो सकता है, क्योंकि दोनों में आप जो है यहाँ पे ड्राई फॉर्म में ऑब्टेन्ड हो रहा है आपको, तो ये प्रोसीजर आप फर्दर आप इसको फॉलो कर सकते हैं. उसके बाद जो स्ट्रक्चर इलुसिडेशन है इसका, विद द हेल्प ऑफ स्पेक्ट्रल एनालिसिस वी कैन इलुसिडेट द स्ट्रक्चर्स ऑफ द curcumin. And if we talk about the identifications and analysis, so firstly chemical test. If you see the chemical test, so we will take the powder drugs and to which we will add the sulfuric acid, so it will give the crimson color. And in another test we will take the aqueous solutions of turmeric, to which we will add the boric acid, due to which we will get the reddish brown color. and on additions of alkali it changed to greenish blue color. ओके इसमें हो क्या रहा है कि एक्वस सॉल्यूशंस आपने टर्मेरिक का लिया, उसमें आपने बोरिक एसिड्स को ऐड कर दिया। बोरिक एसिड्स को ऐड करने पर आपको रेडिश ब्राउन कलर ऑब्टेन्ड होता है, बट जैसे ही आप इसमें एल्कली ऐड करते हैं तो आपको ग्रीनिश ब्लू कलर ऑब्टेन्ड होता है। दूसरा आपका है TLC मेथड, दैट इज थिन लेयर क्रोमेटोग्राफी मेथड। तो यहाँ पे हमने स्टैंडर्ड और जो हमने कंपोनेंट आइसोलेट किया है उसको हमने कंपेयर करना है, एंड द RF वैल्यू ऑफ स्टैंडर्ड करक्यूमिन इज 0.79. ओके, इट इज द 0.79. So by comparing with this RF value we can identify the isolated curcumin, and mobile phase should be used chloroform, ethanol and glacial acetic acid. Chloroform, ethanol and glacial acetic acid, and the ratio should be 94:5:1. And detecting agents, we can observe the spot under UV light at the 366 nanometer. Okay, and this all about the thin layer chromatography, and you can prepare the sample by dissolving 1 mg of curcumin in 1 ml of methanol and stationary phase silica gel. Similarly, you will prepare the standard solutions of curcumin. So it is all about the identifications and analysis. Then it can also be estimated by the HPLC method. So in HPLC method, mobile phase is commonly used as a ethanol, and the flow rate of ethanol should be 1.2 ml per minute, and we can detect under UV light at 250 nanometers. So it is all about the HPLC methods, and what you have to do, that you have to prepare the sample as per the official monograph, then you have to prepare the standard at different concentrations, then you will flow in the column, and the flow rate should be 1.2 ml per minute, and we can detect at 254 nanometers. And so by the area under curve and concentrations of the standards, we can calculate the content of the curcumin by using the regression equations, similarly as the in last drug we discussed. And if you see the usage of the curcumin, it is used as a wound healings, anti-inflammatory, anti-arthritic and antimicrobial activities have been reported, and it's also used against the peptic ulcer. So it was all about the curcumin and about the podophylotoxins. So major thing is that you have to remember the sources of these drugs, their isolations method, about their structures, little bit about the chemistry of these phytoconstituents and their uses, identification test, estimations method. So thank you very much for watching the video.